All right, guys. I appreciate you guys for joining me. I have one of our swimmers here who's going to give us a little bit of insight into a couple of opportunities at Redlands. And so before I get into that, I kind of want to explain. You may have read in our email and in our newsletter, we are starting a podcast slash YouTube channel to really highlight some of the advantages of attending University of Redlands, to highlight some of our culture, but really to provide value for you guys. Whether you end up coming to Redlands or not, we really want to give you guys an opportunity to see what student life is and see some of the opportunities and advantages that some of our students are taking advantage of. And so, this is kind of a teaser to what we're going to be talking about on our podcast. So I'm going to have Raph again. Is his name. I'm going to have Raph again come back on a full episode. I can't really disclose who else is going to be on the podcast. It's going to be a surprise, but we're going to have somebody else on the podcast as well on the show. I'm talking about Redlands and talking about their student experience. And so, this is a short teaser, and kind of, Raph is going to explain a few things as some of the cool things that he's doing here on campus. And so I definitely encourage you to listen. So, all right. So, Raph, I appreciate you for joining us. Why don't you go ahead and formally introduce yourself to all of our potential student athletes. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everybody. So my name is Rafael. I go by Raph. I'm an international student from South Africa. I'm a swimmer at the University of Redlands. Bulldog for life. I'm also a computer science major, a math and physics minor. But probably more than anything, I see myself as a swimmer.
Yeah. I know Raph is like and one of the things that me and Raph connect with is like we both are kind of swim nerds, you know what I mean? So he's always, I say more so, he's always asking me like, did you see so-and-so? Did you see his time? Did you see from international swimming across the world, And so we're both kind of like swim geeks when it comes to that. And so that's one of the things in the pool that connects us. But one of the things Raph is super passionate about, one of the things he's doing, he's involved with this program called DSC. So Raph, for our juniors and our seniors, that potentially could see this video, why don't you explain to them what is DSC? Explain to them what DSC is exactly.
So DSC is an acronym for Developer Student Clubs. It is an initiative that was founded by Google, and the gist of it is getting students connected. That is really the point of it. To get students connected that are like-minded and looking to gain skills and knowledge in many different areas, not specifically for technology, but there is an emphasis on technology. The DSC in general hopes to bridge gaps and to take away some of the stigmas that are associated with the technology industry to make it a little bit less scary, because it really is a lot less scary when you have a good community behind you, teaching you and supporting you. That is the main goal of the DSC.
So that sounds really, really cool. So one of the things that I thought about when I was kind of looking this stuff up, and DSC is associated with Google. And so, it's an opportunity. I don't know, you can maybe answer this question. The opportunity to kind of work alongside with Google, is that a draw for students, and specifically in the DSC program? And we're going to get into a little later of how that can help you later on in your future for your job search. But is that a pull kind of, for the opportunity to work with Google, so to speak, in this program or in this club?
I definitely think it's a huge advantage, specifically for the fact that the people who are helping run this organization are incredible human beings, and they are really driven to help people learn. That is their main goal. Learn, grow, connect. And it is evident in everything that they do. They provide us with a lot of the tools and resources we need to run a DSC, but more than that, they give us opportunities outside of Google that are, I think, really beneficial. We had recently a peer-to-peer internship panel. I know that for juniors in high school, it might not seem really pressing right now. However, if you're looking to get an internship, it's good to hear about other people's experiences. And having a platform like DSC, which connects people and gives you the opportunity, I think that it's really a huge advantage to be able to work with them.
Nice, nice. So let me just get this straight. For the person who has no is watching this and has no clue what DSC is. They're familiar with Google, obviously, but they're trying to connect what DSC is and connect that with Google with your student experience on campus. So Google, create an opportunity. Individuals from Google create an opportunity for potential clubs on campus to kind of work together. Clubs, people from all different majors to kind of come together, share ideas. They could be, different things that specifically have to do with, software development, computer science specifically, but it's not limited to computer science. You guys can be, different social media, it could be different things, or accounting, wherever your expertise is. Google kind of created these kind of communities, so to speak, on each campus, or most campuses, to kind of for students like yourself to collaborate. And in this community, you guys, it sounds like the opportunity to grow kind of is huge. Not only with the opportunity to work with Google, but the opportunity to work with your peers and share ideas in that community that Google has set up. So is that kind of like an accurate kind of?
I think you hit the nail on the head, really. Possibly even the connection to your peers being more important than to Google. Because although they do provide us with support and a lot of information and help, connecting with your peers will provide you with just as much. You will learn from other people that are good in areas that you are not, and other people will learn from you in similar areas. I think that that's one of the most beneficial things that I've come to realize of this organization is I can't do everything, and nobody else can either. You have to work together. And that mentality, I feel, maybe a little bit diminished in university, and this gives you an opportunity to experience that collaborative working and learning environment. And then on top of that, you make friends. I think that that's another huge part of it. You get to know people on your campus that you might not have been exposed to. People from biology, from business, from accounting. These are spheres that might not mingle as much, but putting them all together, getting them all to share strengths, I think that it's a great way to connect.
Nice. That sounds really good, because that really piggybacks off of our swim community. You know what I mean? So like if I'm looking at it from a culture perspective, our community of our men's and women's swim team is so important to your student experience. The ups and downs and the support system that the swim and dive team provides is so important. And you couple that with the support system of your professors, and administration on campus, then you couple that with an opportunity like DSC to kind of connect with your peers, with like-minded individuals. Like I can only imagine that it would take your college experience, your student experience, to the next level. You know what I mean? So I don't want to go on too much, let you talk about it, but you kind of touched on it a little bit. So, but what are some of the reasons? Like, why are you so passionate about DSC? And you're the DSC lead, correct?
Yeah.
You can talk a little bit about what that position means, as far as being a DSC lead, and your role with the DSC club on campus, and then talk a little bit about why you're so passionate about it.
The reason I'm so passionate is because I found myself in situations where I wasn't getting enough information, and I want information because I wanted to do things. More than anything, I like to do things. And being able to give that opportunity to other people, for example, a business student who has an idea. If he has an idea but doesn't know how to develop an app, there is a gap. And it is my job as a lead to connect the people with ideas from business or accounting or biology or physics or any subject that has an idea or a certain way that they want to implement something, and put them in a room or in a virtual room with a software developer or somebody that's more tech inclined, and get them having this conversation, provide resources to allow them to achieve their goals. If that means making a website or an app or even helping people with their capstones. In order to graduate, for those who may not know already, you have to do research in your field of choice alongside a professor, and you can get some help from other students in your capstone project. And I think that that is also another huge benefit. And it's something that is near and dear to me because I know a lot of people that struggled in their capstone projects, and I am myself relatively scared, but knowing that I have a community to fall back on, it's a huge relief.
Nice. That definitely sounds super encouraging. And even, one of the reasons why we did this video is just to kind of like, encourage potential student athletes about, what the environment that they're getting into, right? The learning environment they're getting into, finding clubs like DSC, on the campus to kind of help find support. Because I think a lot of times students may come in and think, okay, I got my swim team, support system. I have professors who care. I have my parents who are going to support me, that should be enough, right? But I think every resource that you possibly could get is definitely going to benefit you. So that's awesome. So the next thing I kind of wanted to go over, and, as a reminder, we're going to be going like deep dive into this, really, Raps here and the opportunities on Redlands campus, like DSC and other opportunities in different majors. We're going to be going deep dive on our UnderDAWG Show podcast / YouTube show. So this is just a little snippet. But Raph, tell us about the opportunity, like how a club like DSC can kind of really jumpstart opportunities like internships or just opportunities in general, for after you graduate college, right? Because this is a crazy time, with jobs. I think it becomes even more and more important and more crucial that you are prepped and primed and ready, and separating yourself from other college graduates in your skill set. So how does this program, this DSC club, like really, prep the students at Redlands to really be a great asset to the marketplace?
I think it does it in multiple tiers. As is true with everything in life, what you put in is what you get out. But there is the opportunity with the DSC to really just sit back and attend events and absorb information. And that happens in a little bit less frequently, where it's really striking information like an internship panel, or next week the chairman of Alphabet, the parent company of Google, will be sitting down for a podcast and being able to speak to him, as well as some other Google employees, just gives you some perspective to their journey. That helps. But above that, getting involved will give you an understanding of how your subject might integrate with technology. For example, if you are working in biology, you might want to write software that synthesizes compounds or emulates interactions with certain chemicals in the brain. If you are an accountant, having this tech skill to maybe write a script which optimizes some accounting workflow, you might have a little up on your resume, helping you get a job. And then if we're going to go a step even further than that, there is huge opportunity to gain direct resume boosting. You can attend Cloud Hero events, which gives you badges that can be put on your LinkedIn as well as your resume. And then there is an opportunity to attend or to be a part of the Solutions Challenge, which not only gets you developing real-world skills as a team that you can put on your resume, as well as a production-level product that you can put on your resume. It also gives you the opportunity to win an internship from Google. The top 5 teams get sent to Google headquarters, one of which has the opportunity to win an internship. That would be the uppermost echelon, but in every sense, being able to put yourself in uncomfortable positions, overcome those, develop skills in the process, those will all help you get a job and internships.
Nice. Perfect. Perfect. Well, we don't want to give them too much, Rob. We gotta save a little bit for later. You know what I mean? Because you're definitely dropping gems. You know, for specifically for
Sorry.
like, I think if I'm a high school senior or if I'm a parent, you know what I mean? Like, and if I'm honest, a little concerned about, what's going on in the world today, and like what the job market is going to look like once my son or daughter graduates. Um, I'm going to lean more towards campuses that have opportunities like this that are that really like you said, people like we talked about a little bit offline, like people really aren't aware until they get to Redlands, like what Redlands really has to offer, and so that's the reason why we made this video in the first place. So hey, man, I appreciate you. We're gonna have fun on that first episode. Like we can't tell them who the guest is gonna be, but I look forward to having a deeper conversation, and dropping a few more gems for prospective students on what they should be expecting as far as their college experience, and what they can take away, no matter what major they're in, from a swimming dive perspective, and a student who happens to be a swimmer. So appreciate you, Rap. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries, man. So I would definitely talk to you soon.
And it's a great day to be a bulldog.
Great day to be a bulldog. That's a great way to end it.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
Thank you.